Yo, what is up, y'all? It is me, Tasha C, and welcome to, oh Lord, I know I sound lost out of place, but welcome to the Tasha C Show. I am like rusty with doing this podcast. I haven't done this so long. It's past rusty. It is eroded, okay? It is completely worn off. Let me take a look, see the last episode I made on this podcast. Hope y'all can hear me. I'm using the microphone I haven't even used yet. It's been sitting there, I think, the whole time Miss Rona been out here, okay? Let me take a look. Let me take a look. Oh my gosh. I gotta get adjusted to everything. The last episode I created, fam, was on December the 25th. Might be regular day. Jesus' birthday to some of us, a regular day, whatever, towards the end of the year. 2020. It's been that long. That shows how time flies, okay? I'm doing this at 12:54 a.m. You know, sometimes I do be a night owl. It's April the 28th, 2023, okay? And the title episode was Where the Money Resides. Was the exact last episode that I've done. Now, let me just say a couple things. Like I said, I'm getting in the hang of it, whatever, you know what I'm saying. All right. This is, and I'm going to put it out there, you know, that this is, I would guess question could say, I'm not going to say question. I'm just all over the place. I'm just going to leave it in here. This is my return. I want to be consistent with doing my podcasts and my videos. And some of my podcasts, I want to not only upload, say, you know, not just on Spotify and other area outlets where my podcast is distributed. I also have a channel that I have not posted yet besides my YouTube Tasha C TV channel. That's with a T and a V. I have a Tasha C show, like podcast channel, and maybe once I upload this, I actually am able and remember to put the darn link in for y'all for both channels. I'll be uploading ones that, you know, so this one is going to be more so PG friendly, so to speak. But y'all, I plan to, there's going to be certain shows, you know, once I become consistent enough, you'll know certain ones either I may have where there's a certain amount you can get a little taste, a little appetizer, okay, on maybe and or both, or maybe only say the podcast channel, that I will have like snippets, and if you want to hear the whole show where it's Spotify, Apple, wherever, you know, where most of my podcasts will be distributed, y'all, and you want to hear everything, then you'll have to listen to the podcast that way, you know. But okay, y'all. Now, originally, I was going to do my return on Mary Jane's birthday, 420. I'm not a person that, you know, likes to, you know, I'm a person that does sometimes, you know, enjoy some edibles. Maybe my blood was covered on the pre-roll, but I'm not a person, even to this day, on and off, I do not know how to roll or anything like that. I haven't had nothing in months. Shoot. But I still enjoyed it, but I missed it, whatever, you know. So I ended up, because I wanted to try it, I actually made, you know, Googling and remember some songs. I tried to exactly, y'all, make it 4 hours and 20 minutes, which was actually impossible. It was like 4:30. So some of the, like I said before, I Googled them or whatever. So I hopefully remember to put in a link to my first Spotify playlist and share it if y'all want to listen to it. Most of it, of course, are like rap songs, and a couple of them R&B songs, whatever. But, you know, if y'all want to enjoy, you know, because every day, you know, could be somebody's 420. It could be relaxing, you know, it could help, like, say, with pain, just, you know, calm things down. But yeah, I was originally going to come back, you know, last week, but I'm here. And I kept postponing, y'all. I was just like, I'll come this day, I'll come this month when this happens, or I'll wait this time. And I just, I just was like, if I'm going to keep postponing it, it's gonna be 2030 by the time I even might even do podcast. And who knows, I mean, not to say podcast may not be still in, but it's just, there's a lot of things I want to talk about now, sipping on my little water. Okay. Now, since it's my first one in, this is gonna be more so a lighthearted one. I'm always gonna give you a little taste, a little lighthearted stuff, and a little seriousness here and there. But I wanted to point out some. Let's get like some of the sad things out first. Which, in passing, even though they live, Harry, God rest his soul, Harry Belafonte, he passed away on April the 25th of this year, and it was from at the age of 96, and from complications of congestion heart failure. I may do, because I actually had like a second podcast I used to do as well. It was another podcast I call Kings and Queens Next Door. Even though, y'all, if y'all have listened to me before, I have no problem into y'all. I be slicing and dicing, mispronouncing words up, but I do my best to talk about our Kings and Queens Next Doors, Black history, whether it's here in the U.S., from our past, our parents, the future, Black Inuits, just trying to find like different stories of everything from a person, a band, and so forth. And considering how, it's, Harry Belafonte, I knew about him, I had watched a movie, the movie Carmen Joe's Women Death, Dorothy Dandridge, who doesn't give it was given enough credit, was also a gone too soon talent. I'm not gonna compare her because she's not a Black Marilyn Monroe, but I think her and Marilyn Monroe were actually cool, but it's just she had died at a very young age of 40. She was also a remarkable talent as well. But that's how I got that was my, like, one of my ways I got introduced to him, because I remember, like, we had to watch the movie in a fine arts class I went to when I was going to cast, and seeing the movie Carmen Jones, which is actually a masterpiece. Even though I'm not a person who's into musicals like that, that actually is an interesting story. And I also remember him even not even understand the song. That man, even alone kids, if your kids is listening, your parents, get your permission from your parents, leave a guard and stuff. Don't just sit here and be listening to myself, because like I said, some of this stuff, don't be for kids. I ain't always for the kids. What I say, okay? But when I first remember when I was a child, if y'all remember Beetlejuice, okay, which was like, this ghouly, ghostly character and stuff, and it was kind of like a spooky comedy. I seen the movie first, but I ain't gonna lie, I actually did watch when Saturdays used to be popping, when they had cartoons before Cartoon Network, where everybody's kids be watching cartoons, if they do that. But still, they used to have Saturday morning cartoons on ABC, and sometimes on NBC, which most of the time now, a lot of us now are watching stuff, even if it's free trial or whatever else, how you may be watching it, on Peacock, with certain stuff, or still the regular channel. And even CBS and Fox, they used to have Saturday cartoons, and sometimes some of these channels, they used to have cartoons all week, okay? But I actually used to watch Beetlejuice the cartoon as well. But I remember it was a scene where they were trying to scare the people in the house, whatever. I don't know if I might do a movie review about that. I know that'll be random, but heck, I like occasionally maybe like when do movie reviews, but I'm not that committed where I'm gonna do some scary stuff or gross stuff. It just be movies that I would watch, and I can't. I gotta give credit for people that can watch movie review and they can review almost anything. And no, but it was a scene where they were trying to get the people out the house, and they had her about these Harry Belafonte's famous song, they like humming "Me Want to Go Home." Just that thing alone, I remember just by that. But it's so much more to him. He was an actor, he was a musician, he was an activist. There are just so many things, and it's just it like I said, he lived a long just just a remarkable life. Like it was just so much about him that should possibly be in a separate dedicated podcast of the second my Queens Next Door podcast, which I had started originally from my nephew Lil Kenny. Hi, Lil Kenny. Lil Kenny KP had inspired me to do one where I started in February because it was Black History Month when I did start it, and he inspired me, why would you try to do one? Keep doing it. So, I might keep doing it. And he's graduating from 8th grade. Oh my gosh, this baby's growing. The BG babies, which is a list of BG babies. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I love y'all all. I'm tired. I say I can't list all their names, but I love y'all all. And I call them BG babies, by the way, because I call them AKA Baby Genius, AKA either the last name's going to be B or a G, stuff like that. So I might as well go ahead, okay. Hi, BG babies, Little Kenny, Poo Poo, Kenzie Poo, Mr. Layla Poo, and Lily and Chief and Papa Bear. Yeah, that's it. Anyways, like I said, love y'all all. Besides that, y'all, I want to talk about this heifer again. I know, people know or, basically believe about Mercury Retrograde when stuff come from the past, may come up where the education's jacked up and stuff. Yes, I'm gonna be real. I do believe in that. Okay. And this heifer, already started beginning this year, ran on, and they're supposed to come again. It comes 3 or 4 times a year. Okay. And we got to deal with this again. Since like April the 21st or something like that, and sometimes it lingers a week before and afterwards when it ends. Okay, it's supposed to end this time, I think May the 13th or something like that, around my sister Trina's birthday, my Smurfette, and aka Jan Jackson's birthday as well, May the 16th, or Miss Trina or Miss Jackson if you asked this birthday. Yeah, that's how it's supposed to roll. But y'all, since I didn't come until later on in what I was supposed to, as far as originally I was going to return, let me tell you about the last time it was Mercury Retrograde. Like I said, communication messed up, y'all, and stuff. But before I get into what happened to me last Mercury Retrograde, which was actually had ran off the beginning of this year, here's what happened so far in Mercury Retrograde this time. So as communication stuff be all messed up and everything sometimes, not all the time. Okay, y'all, I have lost my glasses. I only have one pair of eyeglasses. If y'all know and see my face, even though if y'all looking at the little logo or seeing sometimes pictures, I've been wearing glasses for majority of my life. Okay, I'm nearsighted, and people never wore glasses or whatever. Like, what the hell? Had to be prescribed to wear them, whatever. Like, what the hell is nearsighted? And as people, they can see stuff more better if it's near to them. And, it's opposite, like, as far side people where they can see stuff, I think, more clear if it's far to them as opposed, to being nearsighted. I think there's a combination. I don't know. Is there a combination of both? I don't know. All I know is, y'all, it's the other day, Sunday, and I ain't gonna lie, I'm used to putting my glasses on, little light stand I got and whatever. And, or putting in the spot where I know what's at. Y'all, this is Friday. I still have not found them. I have not, I'm not a drinker like that anyway, but when I have not been drinking in months. I'm not a person who consistently drinks or whatever. I told y'all I didn't have no edibles, no type of, trees or nothing. Mary has not stopped over here in a long minute. And I'm sitting here, how the hell did I lose my glasses? The last time I lost my glasses and placed them was when I was a child. Okay, I'm a grown ass woman. Okay, so the fact that I cannot find my glasses, and I'm sitting here like, where, what do? And it wasn't like say, oh, I could have lost it while I was out, or I was out there. Like, no, because I lost it when I got home. I don't know. I went to, say when I'm about to take a shower and stuff like that, shower, whatever, I put them, like I said, a certain part on the counter, whatever. And it's a little, what do you look? Shelf, not little shelf, little container, something like that. Put it in there. They're not there. I'm looking and we're in the same spot. Or you post look, we're fine. I'm like, where are they at? And I'm just one or two places. I'm just like, huh? So due to that, y'all, I'm not. Thank goodness I'm at least not in the place where, if me losing my glasses mean I can't really go anywhere or do anything. Well, my eyesight is not that messed up. But I ain't gonna lie, y'all. The last pair of eyeglasses that I had was prior to Rona stepping in and stuff. And y'all still need to be careful because Rona's still out here lurking, okay? She's still up here letting you know she's the baddest bitch, okay? So don't be thinking just because everything been lifted, whatever, does not mean she still ain't present, okay? But anyways, y'all, I have stopped, it was one of the things I was long overdue to get, and I was set, where I recovered for another pair of glasses and eyes and whatever. But around the time, I had really pushed that in the back end, which when Rona, Miss Rona and stuff made herself present. So the earliest I'm able to get an appointment and stuff, with the eye doctor, whatever, and to get glasses is on May the 23rd. So that means, unless I find my glasses miraculously before then, y'all, I will not have any glasses really till like early June. Truth be told. Okay. But like I said, I'm not like, oh my gosh, I'm just like still shocked. Like, it'd be different. It was tore up, had some drinking, was lit or whatever, and, sat there and had an edible and went past the limit I should have had or something like that or whatever, and that's what I'm saying. Like, how did I lose them like that? I've been grown and have not lost my glasses until now, and I'm like, how, when, what, why? It ain't like I live where there's a bunch of people. And when my furry nephew, I like to call Mr. Fluffy, but his name is Colonel. He ain't one of them type of dogs. I mean, he what they call Morky, which is half, where I googled, is half Terrier, half Maltese dog. I mean, I'm still kind of learning more about breeds ever since my niece had gotten him years ago. Like in 09 or 08 or something like that. But what I'm saying, y'all, is no, like no, not 09, 08. I meant to say 2018. Whoops. Anyways, but she got them. What I meant to say is, if y'all know anything about the Maltese dogs is the one, they got furry on and stuff, and they got these distinctive tails, whatever. They stick up like they arrogant or something, like some feather on the head, like they royalty or something. As far as I'm concerned, all Maltese dogs have like this bougie tail, or dogs that are mixed Maltese and have that tail, it stands up like, get out of my way, I am the king of this ish. That's the type of tails they have. And anyways, he wouldn't do nothing like that or whatever. Still no glasses. I don't think no dog. You never know. But he was over here. He ain't type of dog like that. So I'm thinking like, okay, be around kids, but I ain't sitting up here and no kids taking no classes. They haven't been over here in a minute. Huh? What happened to my classes? I'm still just tickled. But let me get back. I brought it up about 5 minutes ago. Y'all get used to me rambling. But let me tell you this here. The last Mercury Retrograde, this was interesting too. Y'all, I was at the bank. Sometimes I deposit a little money so I can buy something, or withdraw a little. I don't be having a lot. But y'all, this is what happened this first time. All of a sudden, it just seemed like this wind came out of nowhere, and when the money was coming out, up a little part, it flew away. Not flew away where I couldn't catch it. Okay, from the grace of God, it stopped in a puddle. Thank goodness it was, it was only a person behind me. It wasn't like no head. It wasn't crowded or nothing like that. It usually don't be at the one I go to and use a lot, when I choose to use the drive-through one. And I had to get out the car. I was patient and I had to get to my card because when this happened, my card was still in the ATM, right? Okay. I sat there and I just was like, oh my gosh, the money. But I could see the money landed. One little piece was one little bill was a little puddle. It was only 3 bills. But none of them had blew away, like I said, where I couldn't get them, or they blew, or they were like, okay, that I took an AO or something like that. But I had cancel, finish my transaction, and I was able to get the bills, and I just went around. But I could tell the person behind me had stopped after, because the way the parking is set to even go around, you gotta go around in a circle. And I went ahead and decided to go around. Well, I had no choice anyway, instead of going out of that area. And then I seen that the person who was behind me had slowed down, and I think they were really honestly trying to see if there was any money left. Because I was around the corner. And they ended up like looking around to see if I left it. Oh. So yeah, y'all, that was pretty interesting to say the least, okay? But also too, speaking of like another person that passed away, which was yesterday, April the 27th, which was surprising because it also was a person that used to be a judge on Dancing with the Stars that passed away. Even though like if you say pass away in your 70s, of course that's still not exactly young. It's still just like, wow. And I still kind of in a way didn't expect this. But also, y'all, if y'all know the days of Jerry Springer, who was, a journalist, he was a talk show host. And I remember even skipping a couple days in high school, whatever, to watch it. They have their day. Jerry Springer going, wow, even that, as far as I could say, epic fail like movie that was kind of like, whatever. But it was Jerry Springer. And like I said, it was just shocking to hear that, yes, he actually was diagnosed from where I Googled real quick, which I ain't gonna lie, was on Wikipedia, that he actually was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, F cancer. I will always say that. Prior to this, he was passed away age 79. And Jerry Springer is not only was part of the child, like my big kid childhood, adolescence, okay? Jerry. Okay, he had a poll. He had like certain topics, like he was like you can say like the pre. I can't even say like pre-Maury because Maury has taken over. I think hasn't Maury retired, Maury has been that man who does like, who's the child's for, he's like, the DNA testing tacos person. Okay, that's more so famous for. But at the around time, there was Jenny Jones. I think Donahue had left. Montel Williams used to be tacos. This oh my God, Sally Raphael. Is that her name? But Ricky Lake. Those tacos, but Jerry Spring was on a level. He had, stuff about strippers. I slept with my mama's husband's secret lover on the side, shows, whatever. I had five one night stands in 12 hours. Just shows, crazy shows like that. I have a food fetishes and I like to smash on five, trouts. It was a bunch of crazy stuff, but you couldn't stop watching it. And of course, like you had like the Jerry fights, big outcome, mommy, blah blah blah. You pulled here, Jerry, stuff like that. It was a memorable time. And it's been like some years since, the Jerry Springer, show isn't anymore. I know he was doing something like kind of a judge show, but it was still kind of just shocking because, as well to hear that because, that, like I said, that will be able to be, like a part of me remembering too. I was still watching it a little bit like on my, still my young days and 20s and stuff. But at the same time, it's just like, wow. Even though it was controversial, even though people could say like it's trashy TV and stuff like that, it was most of the time, 9 times out of 10, very entertaining. And just the fact is, again, like you never know when it's time for you to go. So you make the most of your life while you're here. And like I said, it's just y'all wondering if y'all wanted. Is some of y'all wondering who the hell is Jerry Springer? Look it up. Maybe on YouTube there might be some YouTube clips of his shows and certain ones. I know they have it on like, say, on smart TV. I think with certain channels they may have like some snippets of those shows and stuff. But also too, y'all, like cheaters. It kind of reminded me. It was kind of like, I don't know who came first. What's y'all? I ain't gonna lie. I ain't about to Google it. But did cheaters come after or before Jerry Springer? That's what I want to know. But it was, like, it kind of reminded me of just cheaters because sometimes they be having us out a while, too hot to handle. I remember they had video when it's uncensored, nudity, and all this other crazy stuff. And they had that too, but it kind of, Jerry Springer would deal with the cheaters and all that other stuff too, okay? But yeah, y'all, about that part, that's just been interesting to say the least. Okay, y'all. Next thing I wanted to possibly let me add something real quick. A segment I actually did before when I was trying to write the school paper. A section called "Just Shut Up and Listen." Maybe I just say "Just Hush and Listen." Let me know in the comments, whatever, if you think "Just Shut Up and Listen" a little too harsh. But I want to bring that title up to talk about an artist, maybe a particular song. It might be Annie Jean. I hope I'm saying Jean right. You know what I mean. Music. What I'm feeling at the moment. To check out this artist, to check out this song. I'm vibing to her. Maybe stuff or something from my past. There's something I'm feeling that I may pop up with, just to make a recommendation. Now, due to the fact that I really was supposed to do this, like I said, on Mary Jane's, day, which every day could be Mary Jane, but day for, us, whatever, especially, like how it's legalized up in here and up here in my Michigan, more recreational. But yeah, you know what? Speaking of that, I know I am adding this. I have wrote down my chicken scratch notes, but I want to bring up about somebody. Oh, okay, Mercury. Oh, why is the phone sticking? Heck, I'm using the laptop, all trying to be extra professional, and I'm up here just trying to get to something. I actually have seen it on IG, and I see somebody is basically, somebody in India or someone. No, I don't want to be up here putting stuff, and it may be the wrong thing. Let me clear that up. But somebody somewhere basically got hit up. Someone in some country, and I'm sitting here sounding like, what the hell are you talking about, Tasha? What does this have to do with anything? If you talking about somebody somewhere, okay? Are you about to sing the rest of the West Side Story, one of the most remarkable songs in the musical? No, remember all that. I actually have it in my task, but I thought about speaking about trees. There's still places up in here that people don't like trees, but there is one particular country, y'all, and I do be saving a lot of stuff in the tabs where, oh, here we go. See, I'm glad I stopped myself from saying the wrong country, because they ain't got nothing to do with this. Singapore. Okay, now this is news. Now I'll be found out this is weed, this is news, whatever. They be giving and I think it's now this is urban stuff. I'll be following like most of their channels. You follow my IG, you just say now this okay. I thought that was now this is now this news or now this weed. It sounds just like it spells, okay? Okay. It sounds like the way you spell it. Now this news. Okay. Now, Singapore unalives a 46-year-old man for allegedly trafficking 2 labels of weed. Let me repeat that. Singapore cuts the lifespan. Maybe that might be appropriate to say. For allegedly tracking 2 pounds of weed. Let me read this tragic story. A man in Singapore was cutted, okay, and stopped on April 26th for his alleged involvement in trafficking approximately 2 pounds of cannabis. The ending of the span of life moved forward despite plea for clemency from his family and protests from athletes that he was convicted on weak evidence per the AP. Trafficking more than 500 grams of trees can be punishable by an unaliving penalty in Singapore. I am not going to mispronounce this person's name, but I'm going to spell it. TANGARAJUSUPPIIAH. And yes, y'all, I'm looking close at the letters. My nose ain't looking at, on the phone and stuff or whatever. Was intentionally convicted in 2018. This case has drawn international attention for the years since. This man was never found to be in possession of the weed, but afforded his claim phone records prove he was responsible for coordinating with this delivery. He and his family maintained his innocence upon his passing. Following his death by the rope, I'll say it that way. The United Nations released a statement urging Singapore to officially end this life-spanning penalty as a means of punishing drug crimes. Yeah, because that's a lot. Oh gosh. Singapore continues resilience on the tactics put it at odds with several of its Southeast Asian neighbors, which has relaxed their stance on drugs in recent years. Imposing this penalty for drug offenses is incompatible with international norms and standards. And an official on UN, they think that's the United Nations Rights Office, said in a statement. It's it's sad because that could be a podcast. Okay, I remember it was a mini series limited that we had to watch because originally, when I was going to school, I they had a program where you get a certificate. Say if you want to, work with a population that deal with addictions. And one of the things that one of the classes where I watched it, the time being was, that we watched it, was a limited series of parts of the series that HBO had years ago called Addictions. And addiction is a disease, and there's so many layers, and it's just, I know this is still kind of sad, but I just had thought about it randomly about about that. I don't know why it just came up, and I just figured to talk about it. But it's kind of sad that had to happen, and whether this person was responsible not to go to that extreme for that action. It is messed up. It is completely messed up. But back to, I know this is a random going to something that tragic to this. I wanted to talk about this particular song that recently came out at 420 by a remarkable artist and singer and writer. I do not produce her, but I found out about her through listening to Spotify's one of the recommendations, or when they used to have like mix 1, mix 2, mix 3, I think, or recommendations. And so one of the recommendations happened to be Victoria Monet, and I listened to Friends You Can Keep, and you're like, wait a minute, that song's not called you'll find out. It starts with a F dot. You can find it. Okay, cool. It's a vibe. I like that song. She's dope as heck. Not just her singing, but her pen game, her writing skills is dope as heck. And she recently came out with a song right before that premiered, I think, the beginning of this month, but right in time on 420, y'all. This is, if y'all got a chance, I'm just shut up or just hush and listen. If y'all, like R&B or what it call soul vibes, whatever, and and especially if you like Little Trees, but it's still a vibe song. And also with who's featured, which they had did a collab before with Issa Rae, who have got her start as being a YouTuber series, and we all see Rashad now. They had did a song on a soundtrack of one of the soundtracks of Insecure called "A Little More Time," and he also did a song that was popular about your little, inspired. It's actually his song is one of the many songs that is on my the Spotify playlist that hopefully I put in the description box link. Hopefully I'll remember that better, or than not me wondering how the hell did I lose my glasses. But anyway, y'all, he had a song that became popular. I first found out about him, called Rose Some More. Okay. And this song here, Victoria, I still gotta watch the video, but it actually is 420. Is exactly when it ends. If you follow her IG page, for example, she has some of the cutest creative promotions for the song called Smoke, and a celebration about a couple with a celebration every time they smoke. And if y'all feel like it, y'all check it out, because it is a dope ass song. It is a vibe. And and also, like I said, with the commercials about it, she even said, talking about something, and then she was talking about, for example, one of talking about all you need is 420 payments, so it's 420. But like I said, it's a dope ass song. And if y'all got a chance, y'all make sure y'all check that out. And that's a song, don't if you like that song, you want to listen more. I did mention, Fringe that you can keep also. And her other song, what is it? Dive, you like to swim, like I said, listen to her song. Like I said, she's a vibe. That's what I will suggest. Speaking of that, well, I just had got off the darn thing, and I had the stuff I was tagged up. Okay, here's a couple of things. Another things that I have tagged that I find like interesting. Her voice is this is another person. I just recently, this is my second time seeing this young lady. She plays the guitar and she sings. She kind of, not to compare, but if you like Janae Aiko and Tink, if you ever heard about her, which I think Tink is underrated as far as I'm concerned. Who's a singer and a rapper as well. But I think her name is Jastin Martin. Is JastinMartin. She has a couple songs. It's my second time. This is the second time I've seen her, which is on Official King Barbie. I love his IG page. It's like, it is a vibe there. Like looking at the different posts and everything, and like get your information entertainment, but you don't get like gossip. It's like really stuck to making sure as it's gonna be vibrant fun, but I ain't about to sit here and mess my credibility up type of pages, and I've listened to a couple of the snippets and stuff, and she's kind of dope. You may want to get your smoke, listen to her too. So I'm definitely going to check out a couple of her songs as well. Here we go again. And here's an interesting story. I'm not going to say it's funny, but I'm going to bring it up since, it's in Michigan where I stay at. Okay. From Daye BF _, I hope I'm saying that, Daily. I've seen this story a couple times. Including his IG page, I think Metro Detroit News, or that includes like Detroit. And basically, when you talk about the Metro Detroit, y'all ever heard of it? It's cities like suburbs or cities that surround Detroit, basically, or what they may call the burbs and stuff like that, or whatever, But anyway, we're gonna talk about these two Ohio women real quick. Now, with times is hard, gas. For crying out loud, it's been $3, but then how long now? I don't know. Is we gonna get under $2? No, not $2. I think that might be out of question. But is we gonna get in $2 range ever again? Eggs. Eggs is up here. You gotta decide. Eggs is a delicacy. Stuff as far as just getting down for a carton. It's so much, okay? Like I said, we know times is hard. It's good to have multiple streams of income, y'all, but we really gotta have multiple streams of income or some way, or multiple incomes coming in order to survive. Just because of how much stuff costs, just to survive, okay? But anyways, y'all, here we go. Let me tell you, this is by Amber Ashworth, and this was published on April the 24th. They actually have gotten from Fox 2 News, and y'all from Detroit, like I said, or Detroit area, this is from really what it's from. And these two women that are mentioned are Carrie Bannister and I think Cassandra Barbino. Am I correct? And here's the reason why I'm talking about them. Women banned from Michigan, okay, caught stealing about 1,600 6,600 something worth dollars of candles at Bath and Body Works, police say. And not to be confused, y'all, because remember to use Bed Bath and Beyond. I used to get confused with that, and they closed a lot of them down. I don't know, even here in Michigan, I don't know if they have any left, but they still got Bath and Body Works. Like I said, those two different companies, okay? But let me talk a little bit about what happened. 2 Ohio women who aren't supposed to be in Michigan were caught stealing from a Bloomfield township. That's, that little bougie, area. They ain't like, Bloomfield, one richer part. They like one, 2 suburbs away, whatever. From a Bloomfield township Bath, and I repeat that Bath Body Works store last week, police said. Police were called to the store because 2 women later identified, I said their names before, because they had the names identified, I guess, in their mugshots. The 24-year-old Kara Bannister and 24-year-old Cassandra Barbino were stealing candles. Fox Detroit News report, police stopped the vehicle. The pair fled in and stopped. According to the police, they saw a plethora of Bath and Body Works candles scattered throughout the vehicle. I'm surprised, Bath and Body Works, I hope I'm like I said, I sometimes used to get their name confused with Bad Beyond. I'm surprised though. They didn't get no lotions. They just got all candles. Maybe worse. I know. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I don't be spending money like that on candles like that. But I know Bad Beyond, like I said, they didn't get no bubble bath. No, okay, not like that make any matter. I'm just surprised. Like that was their main goal, or okay. But anyways, let me finish this last sentence. During the search of the vehicle, the police recovered more than 1,600 worth of stolen candles. We know those bags were heavy SF. Oh my gosh. What? I'm lost for words. I may go back and see a little bit more of that, but let me see, because I ain't trying to have y'all stick out forever. But I do want to bring this up real quick. From the Girl, which I also get a lot of information as well. The Bureau, which is DGRIO, on their IG page. But this is dope. Mom is a son is to open first ever Black-owned children's bookstore in North Carolina. That is dope. Maybe if I remember that, I'll probably put that in the description link below too, because that's dope. I used to love reading books. I used to be a bookworm. Okay, I scatter here and there, but I do want to go back to reading. But I prefer now, as I got older, if possible, to get it in a audiobook form. But anyway, Victoria Scott Miller and her 11-year-old son Lansington are the prior owners of the Liberton Station Bookstore, the first Black-owned children's bookstore in North Carolina. Along with Victoria's husband, Dwayne, and their other son, Emerson, the family is committing to providing books with Black main characters to combat the lack of diversity in literature. Awesome. The idea for the store came about in 2019 when Leslie did, who dreamed of becoming a writer, searched for books about young Black boys, only to find a few, which is true, y'all. Okay. The family invested their savings into launching Liberation Station, which sells books written for, by, and about Black people. They initially sold books at pop-up markets in various locations such as art galleries, hotel lobbies, and churches. The business has been successful, earning over $15,000 in its first year and transitioning to an online marketplace during the Rona. Miss Rona, made her guest appearance, just twerking all over our lives and stuff. Liberation Station is set to open its own bookstore in downtown Raleigh, North Carolina, where they will continue to sell children's books featuring positive representations of Black children, including those that are banned and removed from schools. Oh my gosh, I want to do a maybe podcast or video about those books, like banned books and stuff like that. Okay. The family hopes to provide a space where children can choose books that inspire hope, healing, excitement, imagination, and an innovation rather than being based solely on trauma. Because they be on some, how we have like stuff representation with certain things where it has to be trauma in order to work. Which, there are bad times, there are traumas that, most of us all at one time or maybe unfortunately may be dealing with right now. But that is not the only part of life. It's not. For more information, visit Liberation Station Bookstore.com and follow them on Instagram, Liberation the Station Bookstore. If I can remember, like I said, I really want to make sure I put them in my thing. But let me go back. I actually had cut off. I was going to sit there and talk about some other stuff and forgot, y'all. But anyways, let me go ahead because I want to see people more details about these women who sat there and just stole all these candles. Like, it threw me off. I was originally going to talk about, or I may talk in the next podcast, whatever, about the Power Rangers. Yeah, we're going to talk about the Power Rangers, y'all. Like I said, if y'all knew, like I said, y'all subscribe, make sure you follow, make sure you listen if you like what you hear, okay? Because, I be talking about entertainment. I sometimes be on rants and everything. Like I said, talk about my life and so forth. But, it's going to be a good time either way. But I'm just not, like, Bath and Body Works. Is it Bath and Body Works? Because I keep getting messed with that. But y'all, okay, maybe I'll put in Rob Candles. Yeah, like I said, I was finna talk about Power Rangers real quick. I haven't watched the movie not yet, but I do admit that Power Rangers was survived, and okay. This is kind of the same thing. It just talks about okay. Now, oh no! See, Culver's. Yeah, you nice, but I'm not trying to look at you right now. Get this advertisement off here, okay? This is kind of like the same thing, but it's just a little bit like 2 more paragraphs, y'all. So, okay, let's bear with me right here. Like I said already, it does give a little bit more information, and it might be familiar, y'all. If, like I said, y'all from here, live here, know some people here, know the area. Okay, let me go ahead, and I'm just gonna read this again in this little full thing, and I think that's gonna be the last thing we talk about for today. And I might slide in my more Power Rangers. Okay, go Power Rangers. That stuff. Like I said, I may have to watch that movie. Go Power Rangers. Like, what I'm saying, we all know we're just like silly, but but I really wanted to watch the movie because it was some of the original characters like that I grew up on. The one who played Black Ranger, he still looked the same to me. I mean, he hasn't really aged, whatever. And like I said, I think I might watch that. Just talk about it real quick. But let me go ahead and get, like I said, the people who really wanted these candles, whatever. Oh, if they could have, it would have been just worth it trying to like get one of them kits and learn how to make them yourself or whatever. If it was that bad, dang. Okay, y'all. Like I said before, let me do the extended version of the Bath Beyond Candle attempted heist. Yeah, okay. Bloomfield Township, Michigan. 2 Ohio women who aren't supposed to be in Michigan were caught stealing from a Bloomfield Township Bath and Body Works store last week, police said. Officers responded to a store at 2141 South Telegraph Road on April 17th on reports that 2 women, later identified 24-year-old Carol Bannister and 24-year-old Alexandra Barbina were stealing candles. South Delaware Road. I went out there to Mars to get some food. Okay. Anyways, police stopped the vehicle. The pair fled in. What? Okay, this is not me. I'm actually reading the report. Police stopped the vehicle. The pair fled in and stopped them. Okay, y'all. I already told y'all I ain't got my glasses, but I'm reading it like I'm seeing it, okay? According to the police, they saw a plethora of Bath and Body Works candles scattered throughout the vehicle. During a search of the vehicle, police recover more than $1,600 worth of stolen candles, which is mentioned before. Like I said, this is actually from one of the popular, like main news channels here in Detroit area in Michigan. Bannister and Bambino were arrested. I know I'm saying it wrong. I call that lady's last name Bambino, and it's Bambino, I think. Investigators learned that the pair have a previous conviction of felony organized retail fraud in Royal Oak, which is another suburb right next door to okay, and a probation order out of Livingston County prohibiting them from entering Michigan. What? I'm surprised. Maybe they didn't go for it. Do they have anything in Ohio that they got as well? Because whatever retail fraud, family organized and probation order out of it. Oh, okay. So they weren't even supposed to even be here, and then you want oh my gosh. Bannister was charged with first-degree retail fraud, and Barbina was charged with organized retail crime and third-degree retail fraud. Both women posted that's not even worth it. Heck, it costs more getting out. Water break. Excuse me, y'all. It costs more getting out than it was even worth getting these candles. They posted 5Gs, cash, 30 bonds, and are awaiting trial. Are they gonna show up though? What? Because they ain't got no update. They got a video, I guess, showing them. It's no words. Anyway, y'all, like I said, what I was mentioning about the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, I think it came out on Netflix. And I've seen, like I said, a couple of previous videos. Now, I didn't know, I think the lady that originally played the first Yellow Ranger, I think she passed away. It's most of them on there, but see, Amy, okay, wait a minute. I do not want to miss her. She was the actress, because they were saying something like, wait, huh? I didn't even know she passed away. I know when I was looking comments underwater that plays the original Black Ranger, first Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, they were saying stuff like, at least they have an order, they have a girl playing her daughters of her mother, was, had passed away. Someone that's supposed to be the Yellow Ranger's daughter or something character. Oh my gosh. She passed what in 2000? I did not know this. That's so ignorant. I mean, I had watched like up to when they had a black actress as the Yellow Rangers. That's when I was still like into Power Rangers and stuff. But I did not know. Oh my gosh. I was shocked. She was only 27. Backdoor and stuff. Oh my gosh. And she died, I guess, internal injuries. She died from complications of a car crash. Oh my gosh. Got risk of condolences. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. I did not know that. That's sad. And I think who played Amy Jo, she didn't appear in the movie neither as well. I think it was conflict, or maybe she didn't want to do. I mean, she grown, that's her business. She didn't appear Yeah, why Amy Jo? I was seeing that too. Amy Jo, who was the Pink Ranger originally, was in the Power Ranger special. And unfortunately, from last year, the guy who played, which I ain't gonna lie, no offense, even though Black Ranger, especially the original ones and the second edition, like I said, that were cool. The one that stood out was originally the one that we would call the Green Ranger, who was originally the Power Rangers, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers enemy. Okay, and he was sent, like on like F all y'all and whatever and pow pow pow. And he eventually became good. And when I think he was still Green Ranger, and eventually he turned to White Ranger. But he was like one that stood out, like he was on his own. But it was something about the Green Ranger, aka White Ranger, that stood out. Like he could have had his own spinoff, had his own group. It could have been Green Ranger, White, aka White Ranger, whatever. Go Power Rangers. I got my own spinoff. Okay. And unfortunately, the actor who James David Frank, he was also, I think, another spinoff, another I'm using the word multi-universe like it's Marvel DC, which y'all forgive me, I did not know it was like two different type of Marvel DC. And please don't come at me that I didn't know Batman and Spider-Man, you were on two different, like, I guess I ain't gonna say comic book games, but set. I can't even describe it, okay? Because I love characters from both the Marvel DC. I can say me and my sister have like the matching tattoo that I have found, which is like a woman tattoo on our right wrist, and it's that logo. Okay, like that's another story for another day. And like I said, going back to this character. Praise it. He unfortunately had passed away last year on November 19th, only at the age of 49 years young. And like I said, he was also an actor and a martial artist. He was, like I said, the role as Tommy Oliver, the Power Rangers television franchise, and unfortunately passed away due to self passing. I don't want to focus that, but condolences to him and his family. But that was very sad. But yeah, I thought about watching it, but yeah. But speaking of shows, y'all, I'm just gonna also say something. Like I said, that was Samuel. I did not know. It was already said. I know about the passing of James, the actor I just had to describe that played like one of the most like memorable characters of the Power Rangers. But also I did not know the actress that played the Yellow Ranger, that she had passed away. And I didn't know not only she passed away in 2001, and I didn't hear any of this until now. And then the other Ranger, like one of the main Rangers, the pink one, Amy Jo, she wasn't in this series, but like I said, I wanted to watch it because, like I said, majority of the original Rangers was up in that piece. I thought it was going to be like other new Power Rangers, and I'm so behind that I haven't watched them in years. Do any of y'all still, let's be real here, you can be adults still watch Power Rangers. With some kids, mentees, little sister, big sisters, cousins, whatever, okay? Do y'all still watch Power Rangers? Anyway, speaking of shows, before I go off here, I'm just gonna keep it real. I sometimes watch reviews as opposed to watching shows, or I'm finally starting to get back on shows again as well as watching them, or admitting that I need to catch up with them. I still want to watch the limited TV series that was on Amazon Prime, Swarm. I have to be honest, despite have I heard about the series that has finally came to a series, the series finale final episode that was, I think, broadcasted last week, called Snowfall. I have not watched that series. I only watched it, heard about it. The first, watched half an episode, and that was, last year on Hulu, and I have not watched all of it yet. I ain't gonna lie, But I went ahead and watched people's reviews somewhat, especially towards a couple last episodes. And so I do know the ending. I also know Gail Bean, which is a phenomenal actress and so laid back. She was playing one of the characters, and I have watched reviews and also have watched as well P Valley. She plays the character Roulette, the dancer on there that is about that Russian roulette. She about that life. She cray, but she's an interesting character, but she cray. Okay. She's getting a spinoff. But we know she's one main character, at least getting from there. But I have not watched Snowfall. Now, surprisingly, I used to watch Power the first couple seasons, and I only watch people's reviews and stuff. And it seems like now I still watch people's reviews. I have not watched the expansion. I have not watched any of the spinoffs. Not the spinoffs, but the other franchises of Power. Okay. I have not watched, like I said, the Tommy's franchise. I have not watched Power Ghost. I just watch people's reviews. I do not watch the show. And even the Raising Kanan, I have not watched that, which is a spinoff. If y'all know about the Power series, but have not watched that as well. It's based on Kanan, you might say like a prequel series. Okay, even though Tina, which is a phenomenal actress, and Haley, who's also a phenomenal actress and singer as well. They're both actors, singers, and I think they both been in Broadway stuff. But when Tina plays the heck out of World Beat, she like the Black Widow as far as her character. She plays the heck out of that. But she's actually a singer now. She don't sing in the show, but I've seen clips of her singing, and she's a phenomenal singer as well. But like I said, she played the heck out of that role, okay? She rocked for real, okay? Because her heart is solid as a darn rock. But anyways, maybe I watch Snowfall, catch up with it. It's a couple of shows that I used to watch Blacklist. I think it's supposed to be his last season 2 or whatever. And I actually reviewed 10 plus years ago, y'all, the first 1 or 2 episodes of The Blacklist, and I actually like that show, but it's on Netflix, and they ain't gonna let you behind passwords. I'm just keeping it real, as much as it costs and stuff, even though they got the economic, you gonna have to share and watch it on one television only. I just haven't felt like getting it. Hopefully they'll do I used to watch a couple episodes of a show, and I've been doing even to shows that actually I do like. And I stopped watching them because I'm so used to some of these shows in the past several years where they've been good and they still get canceled. So I don't want to get myself invested into shows and then they get canceled or the writing becomes bad, whatever. So I've got to the point where I just wander off to the next show or whatever, but I did like this show, The New Girl, which is a comedy show. And oh my gosh, her last name started with Z. I think her name is Rachel, but I remember her because she used to be on a movie that I was doing for one of my psychology courses to talk, I think, about a feeling or about certain characters and possibly what they could be dealing with or maybe I don't know, it was trying to diagnose them possibly in how they handle situations and connected with a particular movie, but it was called 500 Days of Summer, which also had Josh, is his name Josh, who's nominated actor in Third Planet for the Sun. That was actually a funny ass show, okay? But I remember her from there. And now I just found her on Peacock, which is the streaming service of NBC, which I don't know why they ain't got Blacklist on there yet. Okay, I'm trying to, hopefully they get Peacock gets Blacklist soon because it's on Netflix still. But I just seen a notification a couple weeks ago that they actually got The New Girl, so I want to be able to catch up on there. Even if Hulu gets Blacklist, can they get that on there? They got a couple of shows that's supposed to be coming up that, be around the corner, be May. So there's some series, season finale stuff that I may actually check out and actually stick with, y'all. But Yeah, so other than that, y'all, I am just rambling, and it is almost like 2:30 a.m. in the morning. I don't know if I'm always. Oh yeah, yeah, that was my notification. That was my phone. But anyways, y'all, I'm about to get off here because I'm rambling and just carrying it on, and I'm planning on being consistent on making sure that I keep up with bringing you content. And eventually, when the time is right, you'll even probably see my lovely face on here back again. Some of y'all like, see my face. I appreciate it. But anyway, y'all, hugs and love. And I will definitely see y'all next time. Take care. Have a great weekend and so forth. I know this cliches, but things would get better. And I will definitely see y'all. God bless, positive vibes. And y'all have a good night. Good night. And let me stop and keep rambling on for another 5 minutes. But like I said, I'm about to get off here for real this time, y'all. For real, for real. But yeah, I'll have some more stuff. I'm just gonna keep it real, y'all. I think the next one is going to be it might be a little bit more serious, whatever. And since I plan on hopefully having the next podcast, which will be one of the podcasts will be exclusively where you're gonna get a little snippet, but in order to hear the whole thing, you're gonna have to hear it through, podcasters, certain places ain't gonna want gonna be like, no. But anyways, y'all, let me get off here. Take care. Night night. See, not see you, but you'll hear from me next time. Okay. Take care.